Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Hope everyone had a good 4th of July. So here we are in the shop. Short day today, about 3 hours. Finishing up here, gonna go home and eat some lunch, hang out with family. Our 4th of July was great. Had a really good time, grilled up some burgers, corn on the cob, made some milkshakes, watched fireworks, set off fireworks, all that kind of good 4th of July stuff. So anyway, I came in for about 3 hours today with a goal in mind of getting the transmission out of this pup here. So again, those of you who may just be joining us and haven't been around the channel, this is a 52 Deluxe ragtop, original ragtop 11G split window Beetle that came in that was slammed, huge motor right there, by the way, IDA carbs, Fuchs wheels, etc., etc. The owner brought it in for us to transform it back to 100% stock. So very cool. He's tired of the low scraping on everything, rowdy car, and wants to, cruise along in the slow lane with a full non-synchro transmission and 25 whole horsepower and all that good stuff. So we're going to do that for him. I love cars both ways, but honestly, I think I may enjoy driving my 52 split the most out of all my cars. It's hard because they're very different and you love them all in different ways, but I totally understand where this guy's coming from. Anyway, so today I pulled out the transmission, which doesn't really sound like much of a feat, but there's just a lot of stuff going on with this car. So he wants to sell his suspension, which obviously is lowered and stuff like that. So pulled all that off, including the, of course, the spring plate retainers. All the stuff's for sale anyway. So by the way, if anyone wants to hit me up. So I went ahead and disassembled his axles and got off the brakes and stuff because those will be for sale. I think the transmission and the motor are already pending, but the guy that's going to get the transmission doesn't want the brakes, or I would have left them on there. But they're all off, so you can see the rotor over there, caliper right there still connected. Need to disconnect that obviously still, and the brackets, all that stuff are there. So if anyone is looking for a Porsche pattern, really bitchin' rear disc brake setup, this is your setup. So this is from Old Speed. So Russ over at Old Speed, and they make their own stuff. It's not just a bunch of Chinese stuff bolted together, and real honest to goodness Wilwood calipers and very high quality rotors, and the brackets and stuff are all seem to be handmade and TIG welded over there at Old Speed. So anyway, enough of a plug for that. But if anyone's interested in this stuff, let me know. Likewise on the front end of the beam, and I'll show that more when I get it off. It's also Old Speed, huge Willwoods, 4-inch narrowed, all the good stuff. So, but anyway, so yeah, instead of just yanking the transmission out kind of intact, I decided to go ahead and strip the axles down, get the brakes off them and stuff, because again, probably they'll be going separate. So that's kind of time consuming, but much easier to remove all that stuff when the transmission's on the car, because then you've got something sort of holding the axles while you're undoing all the hardware for the brakes and stuff like that. So, and then the transmission was held in the center with a mid mount. So not that hard. You just basically, that thing bolts to 4 of the studs on the transmission case. So the early cars had the weird sort of round donut type mount you can see up there. And so I don't know off the top of my head. I think somebody may make an adapter to put a modern, well, by modern I mean full synchro transmission in one of these cars. But what they elected to do here was to just mount the transmission up front with the mid mount. So nothing wrong with that. It's a very solid way to mount it. And then it also had a solid mount in back, you can see there. So yeah, solid front and back transmission mounting. People say that those are too harsh and stuff. I don't know. I run solid mounts in my 55, the red autocross bug. You can check it out on the channel. I don't really feel any more vibration or anything. I mean, that car's so rowdy anyway. But honestly, when I went from urethane mounts to full solid mounts in that car, I didn't really notice any difference. Maybe some people are more sensitive to that kind of thing than me, but I wonder if people who say that the solid mounts are too much and too rough or whatever I wonder if those people have even driven a car before and after with those mounts. Who knows? Anyway, that's my diatribe on that. But yeah, solid mounted. So yeah, it all came out pretty smoothly. Just lots of things to unbolt and be very careful with the car and the pieces, because again, all the parts are going up for sale, so we don't want to scratch and bang them all up. And the car, needless to say, is gorgeous, so got to be very careful removing stuff and just generally moving around it and keeping it as nice as it is. And we're gonna make it even nicer. So there you go. So that is literally all I did today, guys. Appreciate you watching. Hope everyone's rest of your weekends is good, and we'll see you again Monday. Thanks for watching. Bye.